Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
Now we go.
Did you fit your hoodie over your headphones?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Hoodie over headphones.
I love it. Hoodie over headphones.
I like cold.
Huh?
I actually enjoy cold. I'm a big fan of cold.
Yeah. Cold ice cream.
But I normally prepare myself a little better. I don't
bit.
need a lot more than what I've got on, but I need at least to be wearing pants. Would have been a good call. Wouldn't that be? I wish that the camera was angled in such a way.
Just a way that they were like, is he in a giant warehouse not wearing pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, like, we need to get a desk down here, except that we packed all of our desks.
Yeah, we did. We packed everything.
Done.
Yeah. So there are people, primarily, the bulk of our audience listens to the podcast.
Yes.
They don't watch it.
No. Why would they?
Why would they?
It's a radio show.
But when you listen to the show, you're going to notice, you're going to think to yourself, you audiophiles and people who know how the studio producing works, you're going to be like, Jacob, why did you add 100% reverb on both of their microphones for this episode? They're going to be wondering that.
Jacob, it doesn't make any sense. Why did you add 100% reverb on all the microphones?
That's the thing. I didn't, Noel.
What?
We are recording inside of a giant empty warehouse right now.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen.
So if you are watching, you can see, obviously, that we are now in the evacuated warehouse. Evacuated valves. But we're here
in a panic. This whole warehouse left. We tried to make it orderly.
Yeah.
We tried to say, we had a little robotic voice.
Hey, slow down.
Please form a line as you exit the factory.
Exit the factory slowly.
But all of our stuff
panicked and ran out the warehouse.
Panicked and ran out the warehouse.
No, this is it. This is we've been off for 2 weeks because we had Turkey Day.
Yes, we did.
Here in the States, we celebrate, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we sit and eat a lot of food.
And you can't ask us to work on Turkey Day.
I'm sorry. It was actually the podcast would have dropped on Turkey Day, and so that's not fair.
So we're actually even asking you to work on Turkey Day by recording that, because then you'd have to listen to a podcast, because you can't listen to it not on the day it drops.
Right. You can't be at Thanksgiving with your family and be like, you guys, I know we're all enjoying our time right now, but I got to go listen to the Biofriendly podcast.
Yeah, but we're going to have to pause this. If you could put that gravy down, please, and that cranberry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
And go listen
to the show. We're going to go listen to the show. So we didn't want to do that to you.
We would never do that to you.
We certainly didn't want to do that to us.
No.
So
we wanted to enjoy ourselves.
So we didn't record last week either. And the week before that, we were actually packing and doing that. That's
we were doing what you're seeing behind us right now.
If you happen to tune into our YouTube channel and look at, then you can see it's kind of a hilarious sight, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's cold.
It's cold.
And there's a truck parked way back there that probably looks like...
That's not a toy truck.
It's not a toy truck. It looks kind of like a toy truck. Like, I wish I knew where my finger was right here so I could look like I'm holding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could just be blocking it.
I'm probably just karate chopping it right in the middle. But anyway, welcome to the Biofriendly Podcast. I'm Jacob.
Welcome. I'm Noel.
And we're here and we're back and we're going to get a few more of these done before the holidays.
We are.
Christmas time.
We are going to skip one more week. Just to be fair, next week the theater will be dark. Next week, and that's because we are in the new building next week, and I have to go also to Sacramento.
That's true,
because we have a new facility up there that we got to do a couple things with that I have to help with.
Yeah.
So I won't actually be around, and Jacob will be alone with Brooke and a couple other people to try to get the new place.
Yeah, and I'm not doing this show without Noel. I can't do it. I can't.
Thanks, pal.
Speaking of going to Sacramento, by the way, I wanted to share with the audience, we, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was just a little over a week ago.
Feels like 2 weeks ago.
We had to drive to Sacramento and back in one day.
Yeah, baby.
That was a journey.
The drive up, because we had a trailer full of stuff, was agonizingly long.
It was.
I think
it took us 8 hours.
8 hours to
8 hours up, and then 6 hours back.
And then Mike went and gave us the business.
Yeah, he gave us the business. Mike, you gave us the business.
He gave us the business because we showed up too late.
He was like, "Why is it taking so long?"
I was like, "How about taking so long to get up here? You guys are slowpoke, guys."
You're slowpoke guys. We're the Biofriendly boys. We're not the slowpoke guys. So, we did that in one day, and it was an adventure, but we did it. We're done. That was kind of the big last step
It was.
of getting out of here.
It was,
right?
yeah.
So I feel very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud of that moment.
Yeah.
But it's December, and of course, in December on the Biofriendly podcast, we're going to talk about some Christmassy stuff. I think so.
Christmas
stuff.
Yeah.
Listen to that echo as I lean away from the microphone. Oh, man, your sound wave. That was awesome.
That was awesome. Except my headphone popped out. I'm going to have to take my... Well, thankfully everyone else can hear me, but I can't hear you. Keep talking and pretending like I didn't just pull my headphone.
He didn't just lean back and pull his headphone out. He did not do that.
Because the issue we're having, in case you didn't know...
Is there a truck outside?
Audience, yeah, there's a truck. You're going to hear so many fun noises today.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to take your calls today either.
No. We won't be able to take your call. We'll still ask for them, but we won't take them.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is because we're out in the middle of a warehouse and we have no furniture left in our building except for a couple of folding chairs and folding tables, we had nowhere to put our recording equipment. So my headphones are hanging by a thread.
Yes, a literal thread. It's very, very close to the ground, and he has to, if he moves just slightly too much, his headphone cable will pop out.
It does.
We need to get you some. I think in 2020, we're gonna get you some fancy new headphones.
What?
Yeah, some Biofriendly headphones.
Better than my rip-off Beats?
His Beats he bought in downtown LA.
I actually didn't buy them, but just to be fair, because I am a fan of supporting
Beats. Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. It is not a purposeful. Yeah. These are the Michael Jackson Beats, but they're ripoffs. So what happened is a friend of mine was in China or
and got some
or something, and they actually bought it for their husband. Thinking, my husband likes these kinds of headphones, and they didn't like. Person was not like on the ball. They thought, oh wow, I didn't know that Beats were expensive, fancy headphones. They just thought they were.
I've heard
headphones.
of Beats. I'm gonna get the Beats.
I think my husband wants these, and so she bought them for her husband, and then brought them home, thinking, what a nice person I am for getting you these headphones you keep talking about. And he looked at them and he goes, what did you do?
What have you done?
He's like, you just supported the black market.
Yeah, somebody made these Beats.
And then she, of course, felt terrible. Oh. And then he felt like terrible. And then they didn't know what to do. And I said, I'll take them.
Because you know what? Do you know what that is? That's upcycling, baby.
Because
you don't want them to get in a landfill.
At this point,
we're going to use them.
They exist. So I'm going to put them in for the Biofriendly podcast. We're upcycling these headphones.
Yeah. And let me be clear. Once you're done with those headphones, we will turn them into something else.
They're going to be a prop.
I'm going to turn it into something. Yeah. Somehow.
So the Biofriendly, our official position is not that we support
black market Beats.
Black market ripoff Beats. It is that they were there. Someone bought them by accident, so we're not going to waste them.
That's a good hip hop group name. Black Market Beats.
Black Market Beats.
Right? Isn't that cool? I like that. I wish I knew how to make that kind of music.
I would like new headphones, though.
I think you should get new headphones. And I actually think we need a mic stand that doesn't require some counterweight to keep it balanced.
But I love this mic stand.
I know, it is. It's got a lot of sentimental value.
Yeah.
So today we're going to discuss Christmas trees.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.
We could do a whole Christmas album on the podcast.
We got the perfect reverb going here.
Yeah, we could. It's great. So when we decided to do Christmas trees, my first thought, here's my instinct. My first thought was like, well, obviously getting Christmas trees is bad. You know, I'm thinking all the things that I've learned in environmentalism, and this year we've talked about planting 1 billion trillion trees, and the Johnny Appleseed organization that's going to count all the trees, and all this stuff. I thought, people cutting down Christmas trees, that can't be good, right?
It's great. It's not good. It's great.
That is where I was so wrong, and I'm hoping
it's not good for the environment. It's great for the environment.
You listeners, I hope you are getting educated like I was when Noel said that to me. He said, it's not good, it's great. Care to elaborate? And then I'll back it up with some facts.
Well, I would love to see the facts. Do you want me to go first?
No. I can do the facts. But Noel
do the facts.
Once again, the smarter guy in the room knew that the trees, if you buy Christmas trees, it can be a good thing. And here's why. Okay, this comes from climatekids.nasa.gov. So this is not just some fly-by-night blog. This is legit scientists.
The National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Exactly. And they know what they're talking about, and they said, help Earth. buy a real Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Okay? Get a real tree this holiday season. Buy it or cut it yourself at a tree farm. Now, that's an important part of this.
Yeah.
Either way, you will be helping the environment. How?
How,
does that
Jacob?
help?
How is that possible?
We're trying to plant trees, and
We
they're
are.
saying it's helping to cut it down.
We are.
It then says, surprised, with a question mark.
I bet we are.
I was surprised. You weren't surprised.
No.
You were, yeah. Most people think it's bad to cut a live holiday tree. Instead, they buy an artificial tree made of plastic or other synthetic material. Because they reuse this artificial tree year after year, they think they're saving real trees. They think. People actually, you know what? I'm guilty of this, by the way.
Stand up.
I have an artificial tree.
I'm going to stand up for people with plastic trees in a minute, too.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
You don't have to feel bad if you have a plastic tree.
Okay.
You don't. Go ahead.
Please,
Go
make
ahead.
me feel better.
Yep.
But not so. Farmers grow trees especially for the holidays. There are farmers and land that are dedicated to this. They plant huge tracts of land and beautiful noble pines, Douglas firs, blue spruce, and other favorites. It may take 8 to 12 years to grow a good-sized tree, but during that time, the tree is taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. It is cleaning the air and helping slow climate change. If people didn't buy the cut trees, the farmers wouldn't plant them.
Boom.
So that's the key here, is these tree farms, every time we buy one, they replant, and the cycle continues and goes and goes and goes.
It's the old-fashioned follow the money deal, right?
Yeah.
So if something is profitable, then people are going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So this tradition we have of putting a Christmas tree up in our home,
Yeah.
it creates a market for tree planting,
Right.
which is awesome. And insane.
Right.
People might be like, well, yeah, but a tree that grows bigger, wouldn't that, take in more carbon dioxide? Wouldn't that? And like, normally I would say, yes, that's true, except because it's farmed, they're actually planning the land out so that they're putting more trees per square foot than you would have if you had a
natural
larger
forest.
tree.
Yeah.
So it actually ends up amounting to about the same thing. And as Jacob pointed out earlier, it's causing people to plant trees where before they would not have done so. So
Right.
you're actually increasing the amount of trees that are being planted and increasing the amount of CO2 absorption.
Yes.
So it's a really awesome thing to do that, to go ahead and support that industry, because you're actually you're actually allowing more trees to exist.
Yeah. So this was a big kind of wake up for me, because I wasn't aware of this. I kind of, not that I was super green before, I always kind of had that in the back of my mind, but over the past year, I have definitely grown and developed and changed to become more eco-friendly and painless green and learned so many things. But my assumption going in, and I'm wondering if a lot of you who listen to the show probably had the same assumption. You're like, oh, well, that's got to be a bad thing. So this was very interesting for me to learn that this was a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It totally is. But now, so why did when you bought the plastic tree, what was your thought?
My thought was, this way I don't have to get a tree every year, and I will not have the pine needles falling all over my place and the tree rotting.
Right.
And then, one thing which is an issue with buying trees is that people just tend to throw them out on their curbs.
Right.
And that's not the best way to get rid of your tree. There's services, there's mulches, there's places that will recycle the tree and break it down the proper way instead of just throwing it in a landfill.
Yeah, a lot of cities are actually addressing this issue and actually having like a specific tree pickup.
Yeah.
Now, so you can actually, and you should check to see if your city does this or your county.
Yeah.
Because if they do, then they'll have a spot, and it might be on the curb or it may just be in front of your house or whatever it is, but they'll tell you what the pickup days are, and when they'll grab those trees and take them and handle them appropriately, because that's quality. That's quality nutrients for other living things.
But I bought the artificial tree because honestly, as in my adult life, I always have bought one and then I use it for 10, 12 years.
Yeah, you do.
And then I go, okay, it's time to get a new tree. So stand up for me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I don't think people who buy plastic trees should feel bad. I don't.
Phew.
I don't, because if by getting a plastic tree, what you are doing is let's be honest. For those of us who are a little sensitive to life and whatever else, you'd like to see a tree grow and have a good life and get as big as it can and strong as it can. And if you cut it down at 8 years old so that you can use it as a Christmas tree, well, that's it for that tree.
Right.
So you have saved the life of a Christmas tree, which is something.
And that was my goal,
Yeah.
is to save the tree's life.
Right. And also, Yeah, they're often made of plastic or other synthetics, but the thing about those trees is people very rarely buy them just once to have for 1 year. Like those are like an ultimate reusable kind of thing because you spend money on it, you've got it, you don't want to keep blowing it, so you keep using it over and over and over and over again. And that is a big thing that we're trying to push here is that plastic is not the enemy. It really isn't. Plastic is a resource that has been misused. So if you thought about plastic as equivalent to gold,
Right.
it's not, but if you thought of it that way, then you wouldn't just toss it or get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
But plastic is a useful tool. It's something that people should be using.
Okay with using over and over
just
and over
consider
again.
it as a resource, right? Like
Yeah.
if you made something out of steel,
Right.
you probably be like, well, it took a lot of work to get that steel put together, and it was a lot of time to make that, and I don't want to just throw the steel away. So you make it last and you make it work. So plastic has been considered recently as something that is disposable, something that we can just get rid of, that we have plenty of. It's not important. We can dump it, and that's the issue with plastic. If people were using plastic as a resource and being more careful with it and reusing it and being better with it, then there would be less of a need for it. And again, money rules. If there was less of a need, if there was less of a need for it, then they would make less of it. And if they made less of it, then it wouldn't be everywhere. See?
That's true. So then this is what I'm going to do, okay?
Yeah.
This is my solution.
Yeah.
So to you people listening, I've already admitted, I've confessed that I bought artificial trees.
Yeah,
so
you did.
here's what I'm going to do. When this tree is done, I'm going to find, and maybe this service should exist. There should exist a service that takes old synthetic fake trees and breaks them down and finds a way to recycle them into something else, upcycle it into something else, or make sure that all of that doesn't just go into a landfill. That's what I'm going to make sure, that when I'm done with this artificial tree, it's not just going in the trash. I'm going to find a service that specifically will take it, break it down, and turn it into a suit.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to wear that suit. It's going to be an old Christmas tree suit.
You could also just upcycle it yourself into
true.
a suit.
I'm too tired to do that.
Oh, Jacob.
Okay. Oh, Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
I know.
You're so close.
So close, but yet so far away. No, I will, okay? I will take it and I'll turn it into a suit.
That would be rad.
Okay.
If you had a Christmas suit made of an old tree.
Old tree.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it'd be like kind of get all those little wispies hanging off of it so it kind of look like Grinch fur.
Yes.
You know? That'd be pretty cool.
Grinch fur suit made of plastic Christmas
All right,
tree.
I think I've started a new business. It's going to be recycling old trees into suits.
And then after that, start buying real trees, man. Enjoy the smell.
I am. I'm going to start buying real trees because
Yeah.
I want to help. I want to contribute. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold that I'm getting over, so there are coughs and echoes in the warehouse. There are crazy cool things, by the way, for people that have never bought a tree or worry about how they're going to pick it out or do they have the right thing. And this is interesting.
Okay.
There's this company that started, and they rent Christmas trees.
What?
Yeah. So they're here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
There's a company called the Living Christmas Company.
Okay.
And this guy, he went on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And he wowed them because basically he worked in the tree business and he would show up at people's houses and he would deliver their tree that they ordered. And then he would drive by these same places like after Christmas was over and he would see the tree like, on the curb, just sitting there or whatever. So he created this service where he delivers it and then he picks it back up. Okay. And so he has a tree farm. So that you can rent it. Okay. So you're not even buying the tree. It's not your responsibility anymore. They'll bring it, then they'll take it back and they'll handle it from there.
So, are they giving you like a potted tree that stays? No,
it's just a Christmas tree that's.
They take it back.
They take it back. I don't know what they do.
Turn it into mulch. They grow new trees.
Actually, let's see.
That's fine. That works.
But there are apparently when I looked up this renting Christmas tree thing, that is a service that exists all over the country. You can rent Christmas trees if you don't want to go out and buy them. But I would imagine it's probably fun to take the family, go out to a tree farm. Or one of those places and buy a tree. That's probably a fun experience. Is that what you do?
Cutting down a tree is like going out and getting one from a farm.
They allow you to go cut it?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's services that'll do that. Like you can go to the farm and actually pick your tree and cut your tree down and do the whole.
You are kidding me. I want to do that.
Did I just kick out my stupid.
No, can you hear?
Oof, I can hear.
Okay, good.
All right.
No, but you can go to these places.
100%.
I've been missing out.
Haven't you watched Christmas Vacation?
I have. But he doesn't go into the tree farm. He goes out into the
Well,
woods.
he starts at a tree farm.
Oh, he does?
And then they give him the saw, and then he goes beyond the tree farm.
Oh, gotcha.
And he cuts down like a 25-foot
redwood
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. So that's okay. Wow, I've been missing out on some traditions because I think it would be really fun to go do that. To
It
go
is.
and pick your tree and take it down.
My brother does that every year. They
Nice.
go to a tree farm every year, and they cut down. They pick a tree and they cut it down, and then they bring it home and put it up, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's other. I mean, so a lot of innovation has come out of this eco movement. There's even a company called 1 2 Tree, and they're out of Australia. You think they were? You would
so Aussie.
Yeah, you would think it would be Ireland with 1 2 Tree.
1 2 Tree.
But it's an Australian company, and basically it's a husband and wife team that they decided instead of doing trees, they would design these wooden trees that you could. From sustainable wood, reusable, they would design like a tree structure that you would buy, and it kind of spirals open.
Okay.
And so it's like a eco-friendly tree. So you don't even have to partake in the tree buying, the synthetic tree. So I thought that was kind of a cool
That's
idea.
an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's like so they got this cool little structure right here. It's
Oh,
like,
wow,
I
look at
like
that.
that. Yeah. So it's like if you want an eco-friendly solution, that does exist.
Go to the Painless Green group,
Yeah,
and there
I'll
will
share.
be photos included
Absolutely.
up there.
So there's all sorts of other solutions that are available if you want to do just a little extra step. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
we've already taught you that buying a real tree is helpful. So if you were where that, by the way, before I forget, where that can be unhelpful. Okay, there are some pitfalls in the real tree, and that is if you are contributing to somebody who's not doing it the right way, like a deforestation or disturbing an environment with trees that is not supposed to be disturbed.
Right.
And that does happen.
Right.
There are these fly-by-night places that will, not actually have a tree farm. They're just going to go and get a tree out in the middle of the woods, and that's not good because that's probably like a squirrel family's home, and you're interrupting an entire ecosystem, and you're stealing trees from land that you shouldn't be stealing trees from.
Fair.
Yeah. So but it does happen. Like people buy from non-licensed.
Here's the Well, so most of your usual spots, your Walmart, your Home Depot, even frankly, a lot of those farms that like, let's say buy a Christmas tree here.
Yeah.
Those are mostly you get the best deal by buying in bulk from a farm.
Yeah.
So you're pretty safe with most of them to be doing it that way. If somebody's like, if you're buying a rogue tree out of the middle of nowhere, I mean, depending on where it is, if they're getting it out from the forest, then they'll probably another seed will fall and it'll regrow back. What the problem is like the Amazon problem, for instance.
Right. Don't go to the Amazon and get your Christmas tree.
Don't
okay?
I
don't recommend
Don't
that.
go to the jungle to get a tree.
I highly don't do that. If you were thinking this year, me and the kids are going to road trip to Brazil and steal a tree from the Amazon, that's a bad idea.
That's not the call. That's not what we're looking for.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but like the problem they have there is because you are clearing the area. So you're getting rid of all of the trees in that whole area so that there is nothing to reforest. There's nothing to naturally reforest.
Right.
That's the thing about it. Right? You take a tree here, you take a tree there, you're responsible. If you're responsible with it, then they come back by themselves.
They do.
That's an important point that we gotta know, world.
Gotta know.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Stop clearing forests.
Stop clearing forests. It's a bad idea. Yeah. Listen
You're
up.
just bizarre weirdos.
Yeah. This kind of sounds like we're in space.
Yeah.
This episode because
I bet they don't have deforestation problems in space.
Yeah. Right. All right, so some tips for things that you could do that go the extra mile.
Yeah.
They don't have deforestation in space. Purchase a potted Christmas tree.
Oh, I'm glad because I've been thinking about that. Like,
You've been thinking about doing it?
You get a tree that's your tree that lives there.
Yeah, it's potted.
It's potted.
The idea is you get the tree, it's potted, you take care of it, it doesn't die, and then when you're done, you get it back out there and you replant it, and it goes on and lives its life.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting idea. I've never thought to do a potted tree, but
that's a smart call. I think that there's a market for that because then here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you have a farm that's creating potted trees, and selling those potted trees, and then you use it for 1 year, just the 1 year, and then you plant that potted tree somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now you're doing something about the forest problem because now every year, every person in the world who has a Christmas tree because we're all going to do this together, right? Do we agree? We're all going to do
We're
this?
all going to do this. You guys
So
are in, right?
We all do this, right? If we all get a potted tree and we all plant it every year, then every single year, every person who has a Christmas tree just planted a tree because the farms are going to make another run, another set.
So guys, let's start doing that. I feel like maybe that's my goal for next year is to not only do a real tree, but do a potted tree that then it's going to go right back out again.
Then you take out, and that's a nice kind of New Year's adventure to have with your family. Hey, let's go plant the tree.
Let's go plant it and let's put it back.
Yeah.
Dude,
Do you know how many trees we're talking about? I mean, I'm not. You said you're sick. I'm not giving you a high five. You out of your mind? Crazy person.
Sorry, I was
coughing all over your
I know.
face and
I
my.
apologize.
Plus, you're also asking me to pull my hands out of my pockets, and
you're
I'm freezing.
very cold. I know.
Jacob,
let's wrap this up.
There are 6 problems with a high five right now.
Okay, no high fives. Mental high five?
Yes, definitely
Okay.
mental health, right?
Okay, good.
Oh,
that was great.
A good one.
All right,
I do feel a little bad for leaving you hanging, though.
No, it's okay. So, but you're into this idea of maybe next Christmas we do the potted tree.
How many Americans do you think buy a Christmas tree every year? Ballpark it. There's 350 million of us.
So many.
Almost 400 million?
I think while I was researching, I at least saw that the American Christmas tree industry is 30 to 36 million a year, and in Europe it's like 50 million.
Okay, so
it's a lot.
If 80 million people got a tree that was potted, and planted it, then every year, just as like a hobby, as a tradition,
we gain 80 million trees.
80 million trees.
That's so cool.
Right? I'm just saying that's a neat little kind of thing. You can make it a fun tradition. Hey, family, Christmas is over, but don't worry, our tree lives on.
This tree that stayed with us during the holidays, it was a part of our family. Now we're going to take it back. That's really cool.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we just solved it.
We solved Christmas.
We solved Christmas. Okay. So another option, which I listed this before, adopt a Christmas tree. Yes, you can indeed adopt or rent a Christmas tree. So the option allows you to have the live tree, feel and fresh, pine scent in your home. Check with your local tree providers to see if they offer this option. So,
I want to see the video. I want to see the movie with the old guy with the beard who's talking about the poor trees.
Welcome to Chamberlain's
in northern Canada.
Tree.
These poor trees in northern Canada that don't have anyone to love them, and they don't have enough food, and they need someone to adopt them. For only $1 a day, these Canadian trees.
You can adopt a tree. Yeah.
These Canadian trees will live a better life, a fuller life.
Take this tree in your home.
Yeah.
Then it says another solution is, now this is going to be difficult for a lot of people because a lot of people don't have this option, decorate a tree outdoors. So like the idea is, got to do the one out front. It's like, I wish all of us had the luxury of having a nice, fir tree right in our front yard to be able to go decorate. Yeah, but
as a person who's big on decoration, and I am, because every year we go all out. I do the inside, they do the outsides, we put lights. It's a crazy house, our house. It's full of Christmas joy.
Love it.
I do decorate trees outside. Like I decorate the trees.
But
that doesn't mean I don't want to have a tree in my house.
Exactly,
man.
Like and what's with the tree outside, I get what they're going for. So I get that that's a nice idea, but that would be difficult for Christmas morning for presents. You'd be like, we're gonna
go outside in the snow and pick our wet presents up out of the. I'm just saying I don't want to sit here and rip a person who's trying to come up with good ideas because I know a lot of times you write these articles because you think I got to come up with more than 3 reasons for what to do with Christmas. So totally. I get that.
What they're trying to do.
Decorate the outside tree, but I'm not
giving up my Christmas tree.
I'm not. Well, I'm going to get a potted one.
And now that we have the potted thing, we've solved climate change.
It's already solved.
Yeah.
But let's continue anyway because we got 2 more minutes.
By the way, you should not be surprised that Noel's house is a beautiful Christmas winter wonderland because his name is Noel Carroll. So he is Father Christmas.
And I'm not going to tell everybody on Earth the same story that I tell people when I meet them so that they remember my name.
Yeah.
My middle name is the ultimate joke from my mother, who I love.
Yes.
With all my heart. And frankly, it's because of jokes like this that I love my mother.
Yes.
Noel is a family name. My grandfather is named Noel. I have an uncle named Noel. My son is actually, believe it or not, his name is Owen, but his first name's Noel, but we call him Owen.
He goes by Owen.
And Noel, it's just a family name, right? So my dad wanted to keep it going. He's like, I want to keep it going. Let's keep this thing happening. I like the name. Let's do it. So they named me Noel. My mom wanted to name me Ryan. She didn't want to name me Noel. She wanted to name me after her family name, which is Ryan. So now people who wanted to hack into my stuff know my mother's maiden name. That's done. Oh, no. That's why I just gave away my social security number.
Oh, no.
Basically.
Why? Stop it.
What
Slow
have I
down.
done?
What are you doing?
Moron.
Yeah.
So we'll have to bleep that.
Okay.
So we'll or whatever.
Or whatever.
So she wanted to name me that, and then Dad really pleaded hard and ended up winning the argument, and so I ended up being named Noel.
Yeah.
My mom thought it was kind of hilarious that my first name is Noel and my last name is Carol, as in Christmas caroling, singing by the whatever. So I'm not Christmas Carol. So the middle name is Christopher.
Oh,
yeah, baby.
That's amazing.
Chris Kringle.
You are the most Christmassy guy I know.
I am Christmas Santa Claus singer.
I love it.
Is my name.
It's beautiful.
That's what I'm about.
It's music to my ears.
So I go big. I was born on March 23rd.
Christmas Day. in
That's Christmas Day on an island somewhere.
On an island somewhere. So before we close out, anyway, it says opt for a tree-free Christmas tree. There's a lot of things.
What's a tree-free Christmas tree?
Like I was talking about with the Australian company, the 1-2 Tree.
Oh, okay.
Like
Make
you're gonna
structure.
get So they have 100% natural recycled cardboard Christmas trees. Right. They have all sorts of different waste-free natural wood. Some of these companies, 1-2 Tree, Possibility. Massimo cardboard tree. Anyway,
Massimo, man, these Aussies are all about these trees.
Yeah.
So
that's basically it.
The thing is, the
last one just says, get creative with an unchristmas tree. What's an unchristmas tree? You ask.
What is an unchristmas tree?
It's any living plant or even non-living structure that is tree-like. And you can make festive enough with decorations to resemble a traditional Christmas tree.
So I could get like a coat rack.
Yep.
And turn my coat rack into a Christmas tree.
Exactly. A tent.
A tent could be a Christmas tree.
Yes. You could. What are other kind of cones?
My neighbor's dog.
Your neighbor's dog.
Sit and then decorate my neighbor's dog.
Traffic cones.
Traffic cones.
Oh wait, that's encouraging you to steal. Never mind. That's off the table.
If you own your own traffic cones.
If you are a traffic cone manufacturer, then by all means, manufacture a very large traffic cone.
Yes.
But that's it.
Okay. Well, so now on the last. Last, come on, man. We got more. Don't we have more?
Yes, of course. Go on.
The last thing we were talking about earlier about the tree idea, like some of these, I'm okay with let's make a creative tree. I think that's kind of a fun, neat, traditional way to go about Christmas. If you wanna, is to do that. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
However, I feel like we have really solved the problem with this potted tree.
I think so too.
Thing. I don't know that anything else is going to be as great.
Yeah.
Because you get to have the joy of having the tree and the fun of all of that. You don't have to buy a tree stand or bother to get it to stand with whatever device you're using, which is such a pain. That's such a pain. 80% of the reason I want to quit Christmas.
Right, is to get the tree to stand up.
It's just that tree won't stand up. And I gotta screw the things in on the sides and then get that, and then
But now,
I gotta water the tree
with a potted tree. It's
still gotta water it.
You gotta water it, but it's standing because it's in a pot.
It's in a pot. It's already standing. It's in a pot. It's already standing.
And
then you get how fun is that to take that on? I'm sorry. This is it.
This is what you're thinking of.
We just discovered the answer. You get all of the joy and fun of Christmas, and you're creating 80 million more trees a year.
That's wonderful. So 80 million of you that are listening to the show. That's what our numbers are at.
That's where
we
we're
have
at.
an 80 million base audience just every episode.
All the tree buyers in the United States and in Europe listen to our show.
Yes, and you need to go and get a potted tree. If you haven't gotten your tree yet, I already have my synthetic up this year, which I don't feel...
I also already have a tree up.
Is it real?
It's real, but it's not potted because I'm an idiot.
Well, hey, we didn't know. We didn't know. That's why we make this show. We're educating ourselves as much as them.
That's true.
Okay.
That's fair.
But anyway, that's essentially it. I think we solved it. We saved Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what we got to do, what we got to research this year is where do we get potted trees next year? Because that's the bag right there.
Maybe we have bio-friendly
potted
trees.
All right. So 8 years from now.
When we can focus our business on that.
No, we're to start plant them this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. That's true.
8 years from now, the farm
we will have
be ready.
the bio-friendly trees ready,
and then you'll be able to get them.
We love it. Yeah. Well, this has been the Biofriendly Podcast, your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Oh, God. Sound years ahead of the competition. I forget we do this.
I know. It's been a couple weeks.
So handsome.
So glorious.
So glorious.
Tantamount.
And then it's...
tangential.
Tangential, but worth it.
Worth it. And then I feel like
There's
we have...
one more.
There is. Saving the world eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. They were out of order, but hey, we've been off for 2 weeks.
We got them all.
Yeah,
we helped each other. It wasn't
High five.
organized. Ding. I used my mind
You
5.
still want Mind 5. Mind 5? That's
Mind
awesome.
5.
I love that. Mind 5.
Let's do a Mind
Black
5.
Market Beats with the opening group Mind 5.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I just can't. I can't bring your coffin to my home.
I get it. I wouldn't bring a coffin into my home either.
I can't have a coffin in my home. You know how many vampires want to live in my house? It's insane. Ever since we made that stupid movie, I'm like, gosh,
It's unbelievable. You make one vampire comedy,
And all the vampires
every
are like,
vampire's
"Oh."
like, "Hello, can I stay at your place?"
I hear you're cool with us.
I hear you have a couch that I can crash on.
You are like okay with vampires.
This is a very cool place.
You don't mind if I kill everyone in the neighborhood.
It's 2019. It's nice to be able to stay at a place that accepts vampires.
We are the last of the.
Ridiculed and humiliated by society. But you are nice people.
You are willing to accept us for what we are.
Can I eat your dog? Yeah. Those are great vampires.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
have a good one.
Mind 5.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.